guys, I'm Bianca from Mary Pauline Starmo Las Piñas, and today in this video, we're gonna differentiate rebonding from Brazilian blowout. I think it's very important that we discuss this because I've been getting a lot of inquiries from you girls asking me about the difference between these two and asking me which the treatment is best for you, okay? So first, I think it's important for us to learn more about our hair. So our hair is actually has three levels. The first one, the innermost layer is the medulla. It forms the center of the hair, but in terms of appearance, it's not really that important. The second layer is the cortex. It is important because it actually is where the chemicals that we use for rebonding and all of this treatment goes in. In this level, it determines the natural band of the hair, whether it's wavy, whether it's curly, so that's where you see the natural band of the hair. The third layer is the cuticle. It is like it covers the cortex. So this is how you determine if the hair is smooth and shiny or if it's damaged. So that's the cuticle. So now let's move on with the rebonding. How does it work and is it really good for your hair? Oftentimes, if a hair is frizzy and dry, our instant solution would be, ta-da, rebonding. Why? Because it's cheaper and then it lasts longer. It lasts for 6 months, so it's like you don't have to touch up your hair anymore because it gives you that long, shiny, straight hair. But is it really good for your hair? Well, any chemical that you put in your hair, especially if it's this strong, of course it will damage your hair in one way or the other. So yeah, because it's really strong. So what happens is that the chemical from rebonding goes in the cortex area, so that's the second layer, and then it breaks the natural bond of the hair. So if it's wavy or curly, it breaks that. And then the third process would be restructuring the bond. So in layman's terms, it's like we break the bond and then we restructure it, we fix it. So yeah, it breaks the bond from being curly and then it makes it straight. So I've been getting a lot of questions as to why nowadays a lot of rebonding treatment you cannot get the result that you used to get when you first had your rebond treatment way back, like it used to happen to me as well. Well, it's because of this. The result of the rebond will also depend on how your hair is before you rebond it. I mean, if it's a virgin hair, if it's still shiny and if it's still healthy, of course the rebond result will be better compared to a hair which is already damaged by iron or hair blower or coloring or rebonding. So the more you do these things in your hair, the more damaged your hair becomes. And rebonding is not a treatment that will make your hair healthier. It will simply make it straight. And oftentimes we think that because it's straight, it's healthy, and that is very, very wrong. In fact, once you had your hair rebonded, the more that you have to undergo treatments to take care of your hair, because it's not like you just rebonded it and that's it. So you have to really follow up with treatments every month or whatever. If you have any hair spa at home, you have to do that. You really have to take care of your hair. Don't take your hair for granted just because it's straight and smooth, So now let's go on with Brazilian blowout. Brazilian blowout just came out in the market like a few years ago, and I've tried it a couple of times and I really liked it because I have thin hair and I don't really like when you have thin hair, rebond doesn't really make your face like, it makes my hair so much thinner, of course, when it's rebonded. So it's not it's not for me. So Brazilian is more for me. So what Brazilian is actually not a straightening treatment, I would say, because I've tried it. And it doesn't really straighten your hair 100% compared to what rebond does to your hair. So if you're looking for a really, really straight hair, then Brazilian blowout is not for you. But if you want your hair to be healthier, smoother, and shinier, then Brazilian blowout is for you. It will straighten your hair 60 to 80%, but it will not give you that super straight hair that you wanted. However, I prefer this treatment because compared to rebond, the more you do it, the more damaged your hair is gonna be. But Brazilian, the more you do it, the more healthier your hair is gonna be. So yeah, if your stylist tells you that you need Brazilian blowout, it's probably because your hair is already damaged, and rebond will cause more damage to your hair, whereas Brazilian blowout will treat your hair and make it look better. But of course, it's not instant. It's not instantaneous that you just have it done once and voila, your hair is so glamorous for like 6 months. That's not gonna happen. The response of your hair to Brazilian blowout will depend on how damaged your hair is before you did the treatment. So if you Brazilian blowout is supposed to make your hair less frizzy, supposed to make your hair smoother, and supposed to make your hair shinier. But of course, if your hair is 100% damaged, it will make your hair look better like 80%. Okay, so the more you do it, it becomes better and better and better. But as I said earlier, it's not an instant thing, and obviously you have to go, if your hair is like real damaged, you have to go in a series of Brazilian blowouts for you to have that really nice hair. The disadvantage with this though is that it's more expensive. Of course, I don't know why these chemicals are so expensive, but yeah, it's kind of more expensive than rebonding, and it lasts for 3 to 4 months depending on how you're gonna maintain it. So usually, before, when I go to salons and then I have Brazilian blowout, and then I ask them, and then they would tell me, oh, you need to use this shampoo and that shampoo. I always think, oh, that's BS. You just want me to pay more money and you're not gonna get it. So I thought, they just want more money from me. And then I only learned that you actually really need to use a specific shampoo and conditioner once you go for a Brazilian blowout. Because what happens in a Brazilian blowout is that you infuse keratin to the cortex, to the second layer of your hair, and then it, wherever the damage is or the gaps, it bridges the gaps and it masks it in a way. So yeah, and of course, you have to use a certain shampoo and conditioner. This shampoo and conditioner should be sulfate free, and our suppliers tell us that it's really has to be used, and I've done research also that yeah, you really need to use this maintaining shampoo and conditioner afterwards, because if you don't, if you use other shampoos, then that will wash away the keratin from your hair. So yeah, you really need to use a sulfate free, and of course, if you have a sulfate free shampoo and conditioner at home, you can use that. You don't have to buy the ones that they sell in the salons if it's more expensive. So yeah, which one is better? Of course, it depends on you. It depends on your hair type. It depends on what you want, but actually it depends more on your hair type. So if you really want that super straight hair and your hair is not yet damaged, or it's just slightly damaged, then I would say you go for a rebond. But if your hair is really completely damaged, and I would say you go for a Brazilian blowout. But if you can actually also do both. We do that in our salon. We offer rebond plus Brazilian blowout, because in this way you will have your super straight hair and then hair that is more shiny and smoother compared to when you just do a rebond. So yeah, it really depends on you. Talk to your stylist about it. Ask your stylist what is the best for your hair, and it's really important to find a trustworthy stylist and trustworthy salon. So yeah, I hope you find one for yourself, and I hope I was able to answer your question about the difference between these two. If you have any other questions, inquiries that you want me to answer in my next video, please just let me know. I will try my best to answer. I will do research or whatsoever. Yeah, just to accommodate your questions. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support with our salon. We appreciate that, and thank you. Bye!